Well, marijuana is legal in Michigan, but the stigma still remains.
Brody Carter talked with a local mom who says pot saved her life and what doctors are saying about the drug being used to treat epilepsy.
Mike, Deanna, certainly a talker here, and it is the first thing that you see driving over state lines, huge billboards advocating that we buy Michigan marijuana. Now that it's legal for recreational use, its medicinal use is being studied more than ever.
Yeah, in fact, I grew this.
Did you really?
Yeah, so legally in the state of Michigan, you are allowed to grow 12 plants per household.
Rebecca Neal is a mother of 3, and she's not your stereotypical pot consumer.
It's my normalcy, and I want my kids to understand that's my normalcy.
Diagnosed with frontal lobe epilepsy, Rebecca is one of 100,000 people in Michigan living with this disorder and has been living with chronic seizures for roughly 12 years.
This right here is $30. Okay, my seizure medication costs anywhere from $700 to $1,300 a month.
She says using pot to cope with her condition was a no-brainer.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, guys.
Our cameras capturing this seizure during our interview at her home.
No, you're right. And I just fold over, like it's just completely involuntary. Like I cannot keep my body upright. It's like gravity pulling me down. Like I could stand, but I'd just, well, sometimes, yeah.
And that's just becoming normal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's because of these seizures, Rebecca has radically changed her lifestyle. She's now a well-known voice breaking stigmas surrounding marijuana use, advocating for a better quality of life through alternative health practices and marijuana consumption.
What I'm trying to get is people to recognize that health comes from your daily lifestyle. And if you can implement more healthy routines, I think the better off you are.
So I tracked down the experts to see if marijuana is a good idea for people living with epilepsy.
So epilepsy is a brain disorder that is characterized by overactivity of nerve cells or neurons, and that overactivity manifests as seizures.
Dr. David Burdett with Spectrum Health has been spearheading epilepsy research for 30 years. He also serves on the Epilepsy Foundation of Michigan.
It is on the one hand, a scary disorder because it can affect you at any time, anywhere.
He says current research shows cannabis does help people living with epilepsy, saying there's ongoing research in other medical fields too, studying the dozens, if not hundreds, of cannabinoids found in marijuana for medical use.
And when it comes to epilepsy, THC has no significant, demonstrable, beneficial effect on seizures. The second most prevalent cannabinoid is CBD or cannabidiol. And cannabidiol has good science behind it to say that this is a legitimate anti-seizure substance.
Rebecca says marijuana has given her new life, now sharing her story to help others.
I do offer a monthly education on it. Like this month, we're doing it on labels. Last month, it was on dosing. It's called Conscious Cannabis Consumers.
She even owns and operates a health and wellness business inside of her riverfront home called Paradigm Wellness Group.
So with our expansion, we'll have some more float tanks for the flotation therapy. We have massage therapy. We'll be bringing acupuncture to the team, as well as, like I said, the yoga, the outdoor activities like kayaking, paddleboarding.
In addition to using both Eastern and Western medicine, she also plans to sell medical marijuana later this year.
My consumption of it as an adult shouldn't be any different than your consumption as alcohol, you know, especially because I see medical value out of it. So try it again. Seriously. And it doesn't have to be even utilizing the psychoactive ingredients or I guess impairing ingredients, if you would. It's about really experimenting what this plant has to offer.
Rebecca is very knowledgeable. So is Dr. Burdett. We're going to be hearing from both of them. Coming up at 8 o'clock, we've got Dr. Burdett, a live interview with Mike and Deanna. Everything that we didn't cover, we're going to be diving into, especially with Rebecca. Her story is simply amazing, especially when you look at the numbers. She's one of 100,000 people in the state of Michigan currently suffering from this debilitating illness. 3.4 million people in the U.S. currently living with epilepsy. You can learn more by clicking on the wealth of information we have for you at fox17online.com. I'm Brody Carter. Back to you.